Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, yay! Oh, and today we are going to revisit the ship expansion. I've been talking to some of you folks online about that. Oh, get everything up and running, and hopefully be done with this thing later today. First, we have to get started, so let's go. So, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day and a terrific week thus far. And as you can probably tell, we've added a bit. So, I did separate the vehicle from the base. We added a bit of an extension arm on here because I'm planning on doing. Well, let me land over here for a second. So, I'm planning on doing a bit of an expansion on the ship. Since, like I said, a couple of folks have been talking in the comments as well as over on Twitter, and the conversation basically came down to people want to see me continue expanding on this ship and figuring out a way to make things fit the way that I want them to fit. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, so I actually have an idea of something that I want to try, and I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I did do a dry fitting earlier just to see if at least the concept would be solid, and I think it is. Where we run into any type of problem is in the how are we going to connect it all together. So what I was thinking about doing, let's see here, is we end up with, say, something like that. Actually, it'd be faced the other way. Yes, so it'd be faced this way. And then we would end up with, say, we'll bring this up one more, and we're going to do the same thing here. All right, and so we end up with a space here. Now I could actually bring this down one block. The reason why I was thinking about having it up one is a couple of reasons. One, it makes it easier for me to get a connector in here, but because of the way everything is situated, it may actually be just as easy to move this refinery up one block and have it come in through the side or the bottom or something. But yeah, so I'm kind of at a loss on that right now, but we'll deal with that shortly. All right. See, the other problem that I run into is how much interference is that going to cause with things like the missile turrets? Because what we're going to do is we're going to have this mirrored on both sides. So we will have one of you over here, and then again with the 3 blocks, and like so, right? So let's see what that looks like. All right, I'm kind of digging that view from the front. What do you look like from the side? Side doesn't look too bad. Alright, that might work then. Alright, and then what we're thinking here is we end up with something that says, maybe it comes down like this in the middle here. I might even put windows in there, I'm not sure. But the idea is that the ship, like this thing, will be able to dock with whatever we put in here. So I'm thinking that this is probably going to come out, which means we're going to have to do this on both sides. And then just as a placeholder, this would come back. This would come back. And probably about to there. Because we'd have our hangar doors here. Yeah, I want one block. I want at least one block of space between these. Because that's actually, we're going to modify that up a little bit. Alright, so what we would end up with here is you'd basically end up with something like this. It does mean we'll have to take that lower turret off. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. What I may do is I may flip it so that this turret is back here. And then we'll just put a small connector here and pipe it in off of the that top connection, which wouldn't be a bad idea anyway. So the problem that I run into is that we may run into more of a limited firing arc where this turret basically has the potential of destroying, you know, the ships on, or the rest of the ship components. But that is definitely an option. Alright, so then the question becomes, how do we tie this space into this space? Alright, tell you what, we're going to go in here, we're going to tell it to stop using the conveyor system. Power this thing off. Alright. We're going to place the ammo, at least, back in the cargo box right now. Also means that that can come out, which will save us a little bit of hassle a little bit later on. For right now, it's not bad. But the problem that we run into is, what are we going to do with that space right there? So I'm thinking we put another one of these sliding doors in, because the idea is that if you're trying to get to the hangar, this ramp is probably going to be closed. And we can put a button inside there that would allow us to have access to the ramp controls if we needed it for some reason inside here. Alright. I think that might work. Okay, so if we do that, and then again, we're just doing some placeholder stuff. This will end up basically like that. You're going to end up over here doing the same thing. So if we did 1, 2, I'm wondering if we can get that through this space. Alright, let's check this really quick. So like I said, I have a rough idea of what I want to do with this thing. So let's go with that. Are we? Oh, we are unlocked. Awesome. Alright. See if we have enough room to pull this test off here. Alright. Just barely. Doesn't that figure? Alright, so if we go down. So it's going to be close. I mean, technically I should... Nope. It's that turret. So if we didn't have the turret, we'd be okay. So it does need to go up to at least 3 blocks, which means we're going to have to take it up to 4. Alright. Good to know. Because basically what we're going to end up with is the doors are going to be here at this level. When they close, they count for 2 spaces. I mean, I guess I could try... Oh. There we go. So... How many blocks are you? Are you 3 blocks? I can't tell if you're 3 blocks or 4 blocks. You are 4 blocks. But you would have to hang down a block. So that's not going to work. So yeah, we're going to have to do the regular hangar doors here. Those things are awesome, but they really only ever find use when we're building bases. So if we do that, and should be there, yes? Oh no, okay, it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So you would be here. Yeah. So we'd be looking at an entrance like that, which I think is too big. Alright, so if we're not going to be able to do it that way, that means we're going to have to do the doors to the side, which would give us 1, 2. Actually, that will probably work. Of course, this is where the having a single block at the center line becomes a problem, because it means it's an odd width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I guess I could do... No, because then we'd end up with the point in the middle, and I don't want to do that. Alright, so let's... So if we do this, then... As basically, this is what we were talking about anyway. Just get the parts out of our inventory. We come over here. We're going to tell you to stop using your conveyor. Go ahead and turn that block off. We're going to grab the ammo out of there once again. Alright. And we'll do the small conveyor blocks really quick. You know what? Let's do a conveyor junction there. Alright, now I want to see if that is, yes, okay. Alright, so with that, we should be able to get through the gap as it is. So if we then do... Get the blast doors out of there for a second. Back the ship up just a little bit. There we go. Need to make sure that we can get all of this stuff in here. Wrong button. There we go. Alright, so if we can get that through. far forward do we need to be able to get the butt of this thing in? So it needs to actually come through one more. Which means one side or the other of this is going to... So basically we're going to end up with that being cut out. You're coming out of there anyway. Alright, and I don't want to cut this out yet because we have the button on it. You know what? The hell with it. Let's just go ahead and cut it out of there. Alright, because that's going to be the door. So let's go ahead and do that right this second. So if we do that door there, and we go, how are we going to run this? Do we want to do, yeah, love it. It doesn't hurt, right? Okay, so you're actually going to be, do we want to do that? Or do we just want to go ahead and do this? Come here, you. Thank you. So I'll do something like that. So if we do that, we can then do that for doors. We put a window right here so that you can actually, let's try that again. We'll put a window right here so you can see the hangar. You have the doors on either side so you'll be able to get out. Put a window in here, like a regular flat window. Facing that side probably. Alright. So if we do that, is that enough room for the doors to close? No. It would have to come back one more block. Can I live with that though? Let's turn the light on so you can see. So yeah, it would have to be one block longer. We're starting to see a lot more of those beacons. I'm starting to get a little concerned about those. Alright. Alright, let's try. Well, I don't know why I just did that. Let's try bringing it back one. Like I said, I know that that's going to be fine. I'm not worried about that. So bring it back one more block. And that's going to come up to and over. There you go. And we'll bring those guys through. That's right. Okay. I'm only slightly disorganized right this second. So, and that's where it would end up being. Big enough for the ship to get in. Keeps it fairly low profile. So the question becomes, if we do this, I'm wondering if we can make the hangar airtight or not. We may not be able to make the hangar airtight, which I'm honestly not having a huge issue with. But the one thing that I would like to do is have the connector actually have a place to connect into. Which, actually, if we did, let's get rid of it for a second. Do that. Can you still squeeze through the door? That's the question. Yep, it will. Okay. Because if that's still going to be able to fit, that means we will have a lot more options here. That looks like that might be just a touch too close. Let's see here. Should have stuff everywhere. Okay. Now, one of the things that we're going to run into is with the second pylon of thrusters that we put on, we're already running into an issue with power. Like a bad issue with power. We're basically at 100% if we're accelerating or decelerating with the ion engines turned on. So there is that to be concerned about as well. We want one by one. Here we go. So there'd be a window there, and can we get away with window there? And if we do that, probably gonna have to change this portion up anyway. Alright, it really just needs to be below, at or below that line there, so we should be able to do these as half blocks. So if we do those as half blocks, alright. Yeah, I like that better. So as long as we keep things below that level, we're okay. Alright. This is basically going to be back to that area, which I can take it right to that. Alright. So if we do something like that, that has to be squared for the door. Turn it off so we can actually see. Okay, I think we're gonna turn Bob on and basically let him have a field, let him go crazy, have a field day with all this stuff. See if we can get it all welded up. All right, so let me get the refineries and some of this other stuff welded up, and we will be right back. Alright, and we are back. Okay, so Bob's had a couple of minutes to do his magic. Everything is welded up. Alright, so playing with some of the ideas here. I needed to make sure that all of the refineries were piped together. So on this end, which ties through on these guys here, we've got a conveyor junction on this side, and then because of the fact that we flipped these on the other side, we have a conveyor junction here. Now, one of the things I did is I went ahead and took the corners that were here out, put a conveyor junction on both sides here to tie into the refineries. And then what I'm thinking is we take, say, the slanted pipe here. Let's go. What? There's going to be a curved pipe like that. And then we're going to basically double up what we have here. Just to give us, something that looks a little bit interesting. And we're going to do the same on this side. Let's go ahead and place that one in. We're going to take the connector off, which, hurts because we have no inventory room left. There we go. So, yeah, we're going to have to change that up. That's under a door, though. So, we should be able to get away with this. However, that does mean this is probably not going to be airtight, which is honestly fine. Having the two doors in there, we'll be able to use this as a larger, like an expanded airlock. Actually, can I get... It'd be nice if... I do wish they hadn't fixed the hitbox on this. Alright, anyway, let's drop this stuff out. Throw all that over there. You are gonna go over there, or just grab 100 of you back. Alright, and now we can... How's my inventory full already? What did I hit? Are you serious? Holy crap. Alright, let's empty the entire inventory. Huh? Because it tried to pick up... because I did that. That's why. Okay. Silly panda. Okay. For those who don't know what I'm referring to, when I was taking the plates back out, I ended up hitting 1,000 instead of... instead of 100. So you're there. There you go. Alright. So that doubles that up. I think we're going to need to do a little bit of sculpting on this. So if we take you out, you out, I mean, we could conceivably... That. What I want to do, this is the question. Because what I'm thinking here is I like having this have a view out. but I'm not sure I can get away with carrying the line that we have there right now. Because basically what I need is for this whole thing to work, I need our line to be here. Which means the windows here may have to come out. Which is unfortunate. I actually liked having those windows there. Alright. Let's go in here really quick. So if we do something like that, just for, again, just kind of a placeholder thing. Can I get away? No. Well, I mean, I probably could get away with that. I would just have to back the ship out while I did it. So if we did that, did that. That means, I'd have to take these guys out. Which I think I just destroyed a light, didn't I? Yep. Light was on this end. Alright. Which is fine. So if we did that. There we go. Alright, let's close the ramp. Let's see what this, if we close that, that means we'd be able to come through here, come out to the side, and if we needed to do work or something, we could do work. We could put a secondary hangar entrance in here, which I'm actually kind of tempted to do. Maybe. I'm almost thinking that it's easier to take all of this stuff off and put an offset door here. Let's see what that looks like.
Energy low.
So if we take all this out, let's do the offset door. Shouldn't need that for right now. Let's grab the actual door blocks because, alright. Ah, crap. Alright, so if we do that, see, we could do that, or I think we're gonna go that. I think that works a little bit better. Yeah, because that ends up giving us not an insignificant amount of room. Which actually works really well, I think. I think I like that. Alright, does that allow us to be... So we are technically pressurized at this moment. That opens up, obviously, is not pressurized. Is pressurized, okay. And that brings us right out into the hangar space, which I think I like a little bit. Alright, so if we do that, the question still comes down to, are we going to keep these windows or not? Because what I'm thinking here is if we go...
Energy critical.
Let's see, if we go with, say, that... Right. And then we go there to there. It's not going to be airtight because of these guys. So does it make more sense? That actually works really well. Alright, let me hop on a chair really quick. See if we can get some power back really fast. Actually, let's go over here. It's about as fast as sitting in the chair to regen your power. Alright, so if we do that... Oh, itchy eye. Don't you hate that? Doing things and for some reason your eye just starts itching. And now everybody's sitting there going, Hal, we hate you. Our eyes itch now. Sorry. Alright. Alright, so what I'm thinking here is now that we have basically that done, we'd be able to say something like that. You're here, right? So that would be there. That what we did. Yes, okay. So then that would be... Alright. So that's gonna go there. There we go. Yeah, like I said, my big concern is if we're going to be able to make the area airtight or not. That really is my concern. There we go. And that ends up going back to the way it was. That goes back to the way it was. Alright, and then you guys basically carry your line back. Alright, so if we have all of that, are we able to get this thing positioned? And with that, stuck. There we go. It is actually far enough forward. So we could then run, if we really wanted to, we could then do that. See, the real question is if we close that all off, will this become airtight? Let's try that really quick. If we do that and that. You guys are there. And it should just be these guys. So you guys are going to be the it should be closing. All right, so is it blue or yellow? It's yellow. Alright. Which is probably because of this block right here. If we, just to check, I just want to test this to make sure, because I'm fairly certain that's the block that's given us the problem. And if not, it's going to be the conveyors, which I could probably rework these. Hell, I could probably put a door on that side. That might not be a bad idea. Have doors on either side. Then we get rid of the central door. Oh, I like the central door. Alright, anyway, let's check the air vent. It's yellow. So it's still not pressurized. Okay, that means yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we get rid of that, get rid of that, right, and then we go 2x1 windows. All the bobs at once. Okay. So you guys are gonna, let's go like that. And I should be able to do that. Alright. So in theory, need to set the gravity generator up. It's pressurized. Okay, so now if we take... You know what? Yeah, the whole gravity thing's pissing me off here. Field width, field width. We want the small field width. Alright, so we want... crap. You know what? Let's go up here. We are going to set show gravity range, and we are going to have it show on HUD, and then just so we know moving forward. Alright, so now we need depth. Can I do an offset on this? No, I can't. Damn. Alright. Hey, look, we can run around now and not bounce all over the bloody place. Okay. You were the block that we were doing before. Alright. Are we airtight again? No. Okay, so yes, that is the problem that I thought it was. So what happens is, for those who are not aware, these blocks, they're only airtight on the edge when it is a basically when it's a complete unbroken line. So if they're all in the same facing, let me show you. So if these are all the way across in the same facing, it's fine. It's when you put them on opposing facings like this, basically it's because it's not a full block. It's reading half block bottom where the other one's half. So in this orientation, looking at the other block, you're half block bottom, half block top. So it's not a full line. Where in the real world, that might be able to be airtight. In the game, no. So yeah, is what it is. Okay. So if we do, I'm trying to think of how we can work around that. And I guess we could. Oh, you know what we could do? Wasn't even thinking about this. No, that's not gonna. Maybe. Let's see if that works. I don't think it's going to, but you never know. Nope, didn't work. Okay. Which is unfortunate because that is actually, I'm liking that a little bit better. It ends up giving me a bit more headroom in here. All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this extra blocking in here. So really, what we're up against at this point is effectively trying to get... Oh, really? I'm kind of not wanting to do that. I could put another window in there, but I'm not really wanting the window in here. That's gonna suck if I have to do that. I really don't want to do that. But I may have to. So what I'm thinking is I may end up putting another window in here. to get rid of that. Alright, so let's do... See, every time, man. No. So how about if we use... Get you out of there. Let's put you... Do you work? Okay, so we're not airtight. Still not airtight, and I'm betting we're not airtight because of this. Alright, so if we go instead with putting the window back in here. Obviously that's not going to be airtight because got that. So if we then go like so, airtight. Okay. Not airtight. Alright, so that tells us airtight. We're airtight. Okay, so we're airtight to this point. Obviously not going to be airtight because of that. Oh crap. I guess I don't really have a choice in it. It's really unfortunate. So I basically need to ensure we have... Oh, you know what? I actually don't need these to be these. I could use the old walkway blocks. Alright. So if I did that... Would it work? Would it do what I wanted to do if I did it in that way? Probably. See, this is the portion. It gets me every bloody time. For you guys, let's go something like that. Just to go ahead and clean that up a little bit. Gravity, don't show on HUD. Info, don't show gravity. Sure. Ah, see? It's like, damn it. Alright. I mean, I guess I could level this off. So what we could do is instead of having it dip down like this, we could have it carry straight back, which would solve quite a bit of the issue that I'm having here. If we did that. Because what we could do... I mean, I guess... Yeah, because we would end up having to do... That would come out. That would go over to there. That would end up there. And then what we'd basically be doing is taking this and this out. Same over here. I guess we would... So for this, we could do that maybe? I guess that works. Yeah, I guess that would work, right? And that gets us our refineries, that gets us this stuff. We take that out. Bob can pick that mess up.
Inventory full.
Bob can pick that mess up. And then we do 2x1s. So basically you would end up with
Energy low.
that window there, that window there, and then up here do that to that. And then we can run these back this way. All right. And I don't really have a way to get back into the ship from here, so yeah, let me go ahead. Alright, so if we do that, right, we have it set up so we can actually get in and out of the ship there, and it pressurizes. Look at that. So everything is actually pressurized. So we can actually pipe in oxygen all the way into here now. That works. Alright, so the only thing left to do at this point is to get a little bit of lighting in here to get some details going. I think basically what we're going to end up with is just doing this the simple strut way. Since those are actually positioned in there,
Energy critical.
we can do, say, a strut here. Well, what's effectively a strut. And do how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So without the ship being in here, we'll be able to put one of these up on there. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead. Need to get all sorts of stuff in here now. Let's go. Do I want to do this? Maybe? And we can get rid of that. We can put one of those there. One of those there. Eh? Look at that. And then what we'll do is we'll have some lighting in here somewhere, probably Like one there. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we're gonna do stuck on the bloody collision again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Grab some power really quick. Alright, so if we do one on the other end, and we do 1, 2, space, right? 1, 2, here, 1. So strut there, nothing. 2 struts in the middle, maybe? Strut, light, 2 struts, light. Strut, light, 2 struts, light, and then strut. Okay, yeah, no, that should work. Alright, so let's get the hangar open. Hangar doors. We're gonna open those bad boys up. We are going to power this thing on. Let's back the ship out here nice and easy. Oh, I need to. Oh, come on. Knock it off. Landing gear is auto-locked. I need to turn that off. Alright, so I think what we're going to do... Actually, let's turn the light off on that. That way we can see just how much lighting we do or do not have in here. We said 2 struts, light, and then a strut. Okay. Strut. Light, 2 struts. Okay. So we're going to end up with that. And then on this side, we're going to end up with that, and that. Okay. And this is going to be light. Just want to check. This should all be these guys. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to be hangar lights. We don't want to see those, but we do want them here. So we're going to go max radius. Let's go 7.5. Do a 2-point fall off. Do intensity 2, make it a little bit more bearable in here. And the big question now... Oh, wait, before we go any further. Nope, wrong one. We want that menu. Okay. We do not want auto lock turned on. Alright. And it looks like we have enough room to get in and out. We have lighting in here. Alright, I think we have a hangar. So that's the internal styling. Now we have to play with the external stuff to make it fit with the rest of the ship design, but I think we're going to save that for next time. And I am going to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw those down in the section below. If you're new to the channel, haven't done so already, and you want to do something nice for me on this lovely Wednesday, be sure to hit that subscribe. And if you want to be kept up to date, once you have subscribed, there's a little bell icon that shows up next to the subscribe button. Make sure you click it and tell YouTube how you want to be spammed. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. This has driven me up the wall quite enough for one day. And seriously, thank you all for stopping in. I do appreciate it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. Hopefully you had fun hanging out with me. And we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. So what I may do is I may take these doors, mount them to the top, and then that way we can streamline this portion a little bit better. That has some potential. Has some serious potential.